Yo, what up? It's James the P2F Fighting, and let's talk about this. So, I got a question from my man Brett Tyler, who runs a group called Street Survival. Street Survival, here we go. And I am a contributor to this group, and so I'm going to answer Brett's question because it's a very good question. And that question is, what is meant by street smart, and what are some examples of it? All right, Brett, today's your day. All right, so we're talking about what is meant by street smart and what are some examples of it. All right, so being street smart is, it can be described as really having common sense, listening to your gut. Uh, just there are things that there are things that matter and things that don't matter, right? So, and it depends on where you are. Now, I'm a good person to answer this question because I was born in Bronx, New York. I was there for a little bit, but then I grew up in West Virginia, which is totally different from the Bronx, New York. Totally different street smart vibe. You're going from the big city to the big country, and now I'm in San Diego, and I've been here for 13 years, and this is back to the big city. And so you get different kinds of street smart because they're not the same. Uh, I'll give some examples of being street smart pretty much wherever you go. All right. One would be, you know, don't make yourself a target. So being street smart means knowing how to see a situation and kind of know what to do without someone fucking telling you, obviously, don't do that. There are people who are book smart and people who are street smart. A book smart person is going to be real good at like math or science, but then they might be walking down the street. They might be walking down a dark street at night, counting their money wide open in the public. Like that's not something you do. That's not very street smart. I always tell people something that's kind of street smart is if you travel somewhere at night, especially in an unknown area, don't take anything valuable with you. Uh, Me and my family recently went to Baltimore, and I know that Baltimore is high in shootings and high in robbings. So I didn't take anything valuable with me. Everything I took with me, or the things that I had that were valuable, I kept in the safe in the hotel. Whenever, and my dad is out there, and my dad is strapped. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to put nobody in danger. Just because I know my dad's got a gat on him, don't mean I want him to have to carry it everywhere and shoot somebody because I'm walking around with floss and chains and shit. So, to save him from having a heart attack and us possibly killing a fool, I decide keep my rings in the safe, keep my chains at home, uh, and have my wife. She has, a decent wedding ring. I didn't really want her wearing that out there either. It's just these kind of things are these high value things. Even your phones. I mean, phone. This is a Galaxy S9, but when I bought it, it was $1,100 because I bought it straight from Samsung, so it was unlocked. Another smart thing to do. But and my wife has an iPhone that was $1,000 some. So people steal those too. Not as big of a thing anymore, but it's still a thing. So you don't want to be out having it sticking in your back pocket like everybody does and things like that. Another thing would be like when I wear my clothes, wherever my wallet goes, that pocket is a zipper because don't fall for distractions, right? So you're looking over here, you get bumped on this side, your wallet's gone. You know what I mean? So wear zippers or wear inside pockets. So people can pick pockets. People train hard to pick pockets. So want to have you want your clothes to have zippers on them. So when you use your pocket, you zip them up, or have inside pockets so that everything's in there. Just don't carry a lot on you. Don't carry a lot on you in general when you're going somewhere unfamiliar. Okay, uh, people that people want to go places and they want to floss all their nice stuff, and that's absolutely stupid. You don't know what environment you're walking into. When you're walking into an environment where you don't know what's going on, that's when you got to use your street smart. That's when you got to be the most focused. They told us when we got to Baltimore, they told us don't travel at night, don't talk to anyone who's not law enforcement, Don't ask anyone who's not law enforcement directions anywhere. Why you think they would say that? And that's another street smart. These are all street smart things. You don't want to go to a place like Brazil, another place that's high in robbings and killings. You don't want to go there and get lost and ask a random local how to get somewhere. They're going to lead you down an alley and rob you, maybe worse. So you just got it. And it's nothing against them, it's just their crime is high. So it's an example that I used. But you got to be real careful where you go, who you're talking to. And also, if you know some shit, because this is a survival channel, right? So if you know some shit, don't floss it to everyone. There was one time, now I'm really giving some shit away. There was one time that I went to jail for 2 days. I had got caught speeding, and while I was speeding, and they caught that I hadn't paid a ticket, so my license was suspended, right? So I had to go to jail for 2 days. Well, when I was checking in, they was taking my stuff, and in my wallet was a card that this is a long time ago, so this ain't a thing no more. But I had this card that said my hands were weapons because I'm a black belt in karate, right? And so I actually have one of those cards. And so it was a karate creed or something, right? And the officer looked at me and said, "Don't do any of that shit in here. You will get fucked up," right? And when they sent me in, my cell had no door. So yeah, I stayed quiet for them 2 days, didn't make a sound, even though I felt pretty confident I could handle myself. You don't want to walk around because you know some shit, telling everybody you know some shit. My grandmother told me one of the better things, it was my great grandma, you know, keep your ears open, keep your mouth shut, keep your eyes open, keep your mouth shut. It's all keep your mouth shut and mind your own business. If you do that, you follow them rules most of the time, you'll skate through life pretty easy. But also, on the flip side of that, something that is street smart is knowing when you're getting played and knowing when someone's feeding you a bunch of bullshit. A dude walk up to you and open his coat and he got a whole bunch of chains trying to get you to buy them. Yeah, you tell that motherfucker to back off. They might want you to pull out a wad of money now they know who you got, and it ain't just him by himself. Trust me. People want you to come to their car. Come here. No, don't go there. You know what I mean? Don't drive down neighborhoods where it looks like it's shady. I once took my wife to a restaurant, and we pulled in and there was a bridge, and on the bridge, there was about 10 dudes on that bridge all wearing red and white. I was like, okay, we're not crossing that bridge because it's trust your gut. It's a gut thing. Is it a profile thing? It might be, but it's also a gut thing. Same thing as when I was in the country. One time I was riding my bike through the woods, and I came upon a whole bunch of people around a cross in a circle talking crazy. Do you think I wanted to walk in there? No, I turned my bike around and flew the fuck out of there. What we call that, what, wood smart? Because it wasn't the street, it was the woods. Wood smart? I don't know. But my gut told me don't go over there. Your gut, you don't need street smarts most of the time. You just need to trust your instincts. If you look somewhere and it looks weird, don't do it. Oftentimes, that's all you need. There are plenty of times where I've been walking and I'll look down the street and I'll look and I try to look far. I try to look several blocks as I'm walking. If it looks 3 or 4 blocks down like something's happening down there, there's a party, there's a bunch of people right there blocking the sidewalk, I'm gonna have to walk around them or through them. Nah, I'll cross the street and go the other way. Even if it's nothing, I just don't want there to be any chance of conflict. And that's something else. That's the last thing I'm gonna give you. The number one most important thing about street smarts: stay off your fucking phone while you're walking, especially when you're in a neighborhood that you're not sure about. Don't walk around with your AirPods in on your phone, walking around like this. You want to know the quickest way to get robbed? The quickest way to get robbed is to not see the motherfucker coming at you. This. Don't do this when you're walking. Okay? Don't do this. You're walking down a street, especially at night. I don't care if you're coming out the gym and you think no one's out there. You're coming out a restaurant and you don't think no one's out there. If it's at night and you are coming out to go anywhere, any sort of distance, don't do this. Take a second, put your fucking phone in your pocket, and look where you're going. Look forward. Do you know how many people I see just walking around like a zombie? That's street smart. Stop this. Stop this. Look where you're going. Look at who's around you. Then when you lose something, you're mad at it. You're mad at the world. Pay attention to where you're going. Quit being an idiot and get off your phone. All right, I could go into that all day. So that's my. Those are some examples. If you want more, let me know. I'm gonna post this to Brent's question, and if y'all got some more, hit your boy up, like and subscribe. Holla at your boy.